33k, Battersea Park. Thames is looking round. New week, new me, baby. I'm starting a new job today. It's pretty cool. So we're out here at 6 AM, getting it done. There's always time to get it done. Exciting. Let's crack on with the week. Okay, another early morning in the books. We are driving to the track and we're doing it quite early. As early as we possibly can. Literally when the track opens, I'm going to try and be there. I'm going to try and get it done before work. Today we've got 4 times 1200 meters, so 3 laps. That's all going to be at my goal pace for a certain thing that's coming up. We're going to have 75-second rests between those standing. After that, we're going to go into 2 really hard 500 meter reps, supposedly at another goal pace for something. I'm going to keep that all under my nose. Feeling a bit ill today. Got a bit of a cold. That probably isn't going to bode well for me, but it's okay. It's okay. We're going to get it done. There's always something I've got to deal with. Doesn't change anything. Training's still got to get done. It's more about if I correctly pace this workout right. That's what I want to get from today. I want to get the right stimulus. Very hard, but manageable is what I want. It would be great if I could complete the whole thing today. Fresh off the workout. Managed to complete it. Much as I wanted to quit that one. Fucking hell, that was tough. My goal pace might be a little bit quick, but looking for some PRs in the shorter stuff over the next month or 2, so it doesn't really matter. Like, obviously shoot for the stars, but you might land on the moon. 323 to 322, 323, and then finished with a 321, and I thought I was dead after the third. So then we did 2 really hard 500s, both like 3 flat per K. Very, very proud of that one. Now we've got a 6K cool down and roll into the work day. Very, very proud of myself there to get that done. Windy one today. We're out for our 2nd run of the day. First ever run on the treadmill today. Yeah, to be honest, we haven't even had that long between first run and the 2nd run. You'll notice that I'm wearing the same top. Smelly bastard. Luckily I'm out in the countryside, so no one can smell me. Feel pretty good. Relatively good, considering such a hard session yesterday. But yeah, we're gonna get 20k covered for the day across 2 runs. That's Wednesday. Did 1k at threshold, 10 times 800 meters at between a threshold pace and like 5k pace. What I would call critical velocity. Anyway, went very, very well today. We ran it down at the athletics club. That's us done for the day. 10 times 800 off of 90 seconds recovery standing. And we started off at about 335 per K, and last few days we've just felt good. I don't know how, I don't know why. Legs have just felt good. Body has just started to adapt to what I've been throwing at it, which is brilliant, because we were feeling knackered for a couple of weeks there, but yeah, we're back with a bang. Chopped all the way down to 319 per K on that last 800. Decently long static recoveries, but to go that pace, that comfortably, a very, very big positive. 17k for the day. Very, very happy with that. That was Thursday. We've just got back from a treadmill run, 14k, 2nd treadmill run of the week, and we've got our lab results from the physiological testing that we did last week. So lactate threshold, VO2 max, running economy, and fuel reports, fluid, sodium, all that. A little quick segment here to explain these results and what they mean for me, because I feel like it's pretty damn interesting. I'm very geeky about all this stuff. Last week we started off with a lactate threshold test, which was an hour long, different intervals I'm not going to go through. We found out my 2 thresholds. I guessed my first threshold would be around about 430 a k, and my second threshold would be about 355 a k. I was pretty much bang on. Knowing those thresholds will be super important though. It will really help dial in my paces, know where to train at to try and improve those thresholds. Although we'll get into it later, my thresholds are a strong point of mine. I've done a lot of threshold training during marathon prep. Aerobically, I'm very strong. Then we went on to our VO2 max results. Now the VO2 max is very interesting. This is the most interesting part of the test, particularly for me. My VO2 max came out to 49.4. That very much surprised me. That's a very low score for someone who can run. I mean, I feel like I'm going to be close to a 17-ish minute 5k now. But there's reasons that I can run these times despite my VO2 max being very low. Anyway, my VO2 max relatively compared to my thresholds is low. So that is limiting me. My thresholds are here and my VO2 max is only here. So at the moment in training, the most important thing, which we were already doing before this test, and it's a good prognosis, but I've got to improve that VO2 max. If I improve that ceiling, then I can bring those thresholds up. Run faster at threshold, run faster times, 5k to marathon. There's reasons that my VO2 max is only 49.4. It's relative to body weight. I'm a heavier runner, like 85 kilos probably. Also, the test was an incline on a treadmill. I'm not very good on hills, so maybe that played a part. We did this after an hour of lactate threshold testing, so that may have played a factor. A few different excuses I'm giving there. But that's the result, that's what we got. Now we move on to running economy. My running economy is the strongest part of me as a runner. Apparently my running economy is borderline excellent, literally every single pace. The quicker I got, the more very good to excellent I got. They give you a number for it. I've finished at about a 169 economy. The lower the number, the better. So yeah, my running economy is really good. That basically means I'm a very efficient runner for my size, my ability. And that's kind of where these times match up. So even though my VO2 max is low and my thresholds are kind of middling, because I'm very efficient at those paces, I waste little energy, and I can run these times, I guess. Now we get onto fueling. We had our heat test last week as well. During the VO2 max and lactate threshold, we were wearing a mask, and that told us how we utilize fat and carbs. This one is a bit more complicated and I'll need to do more looking into all of this data, but basically it's told me a few things. I'm a pretty heavy sweater. I'm a pretty salty sweater, which is no wonder why I crammed so hard in the marathon. I lose 1.67 litres of fluid per hour. I lose 2.5 grams of sodium per hour, both on the high end. Utilising carbs, I'm also very efficient at utilising my fats to a certain point. And then when we get into that higher end, top end work, second lactate threshold, marathon pace and above, that's when I start relying heavily on carbs. That's not a bad thing. Also, I can handle a lot of carbs. My gut tolerance is really good, so I can take in 100 grams of carbs per hour. It has also given me a breakdown of training zones. These you have to take with a pinch of salt, because it has my zone 1 as anything up to 158 beats per minute. If I ran at 158 beats per minute, I would certainly not be as sustainable as zone 1. Not too sure about those results, but they're still good data. Basically, the things I need to work on. Give me a great snapshot of my thresholds, my current VO2 max, which I need to work on. I need to improve my top end ceiling. I'm very economical. I'm a good, very efficient runner. It's given me my exact fueling requirements. The amount of fluid I need to intake, the amount of sodium in that fluid I need to intake, the amount of grams of carbs I need to build up to, get my gut adjusted to. All very important data. And that is pretty much, yeah, the results from the lab test. 33k, we're going to do 20k steady after a 10k warm up and then a 3k cool down. So about 20 miles on the day, really building that long run mileage up. Yeah, going to get close to 125k this week if everything goes to plan. Really big focus on fueling today. Got the ratios down to a fine art after receiving our lab results back. So yeah, gonna give those a test, see how the stomach can handle that. Let's get it. Wrapping up, 33k's for the day. 20k steady. That was at like 157 average heart rate. Now we've just got a short 4-hour drive down to London, then into about a bajillion beers. So it's a bit of an aggressive day, a bit of an aggressive strategy, but that is the weekend. Well, that's Saturday. We're on a line bike in London. It's Sunday, and we're gonna go and get 8k done in Battersea Park. How fucking London am I right now? This is crazy. Okay, so this 8k is gonna wrap up a 126k week in the end, and it's been a bit of a breakthrough week. So yeah, I guess thank you for watching. See you next week. Got a lot of big training to come, so faster times to run. Found it. Thames is looking round.